Good morning, traders. Today is the 26th of June, nearing the end of the month. This is the continuation of the SPY Cycle Patterns video. You can see how the markets are holding up. Remember, I drew all of these about a week ago. I started back over here on the 18th. We are now 1, 2, 3, 4, going on 4.5 days, trading days into what to expect. Today is a breakaway pattern in trending mode, in carryover mode, excuse me. Let me get the data here. Well, actually, it probably wouldn't show it to you. So I will just come back here and let you know that you can see how I've drawn the activity, downward activity here, looking for a base bottom here, secondarily finding a support here and trying to rally. You can see how I drew this moving upward 2 days ago. We ended up moving upward off the SPY base rally pattern here. Now we get a breakaway in a carryover trending mode. I expect more bullish activity today. I expect the SPY to try to move up above, and I will draw these levels here. Brush. I expect it to probably try to get above this level here. That's 547, call it 25. We're currently at 544.62, down just a little bit. So this is about where I'll do it differently so we can kind of keep an eye on it. 547.25 right in this area. And potentially having a big rally tomorrow on this peaking area up over here, 549.50 roughly. So these are the areas that I'm targeting, folks, right here today and right here as a peak tomorrow, rolling downward into Thursday, sideways day, Thursday, probably closing somewhere around here. And then a Friday's crush pattern, possibly retesting lows down here. And then we move into a rally phase on Monday, which is going to move us probably into an area here, maybe a little higher. Let me drag this up a little here. So here you go. I'm mapping out the closes. I'm telling you that you've got an opportunity, hypothetically, over the next 2 days of at least roughly 0.5% today, and maybe upwards of 0.75%, maybe a little bit higher by Thursday. And then you have a downward opportunity of maybe 1.5% to the downside by Friday. That will lead us to a deep low, possible recovery on Friday, which could move us very strongly into this next rally phase. I think the markets are struggling and apexing into a pattern which may prove very, very beneficial for traders. Let's take a look at the data here from okay, we are auto-filling. Got to spread this out. No, we are not auto fit data to screen somehow. Okay, maybe it's not. Come back over here, shrink, shrink, shrink. Try to get this visible. And you can see how we're moving into this channeling scenario. We're right over here, guys. We're moving into this upward channel here. And we have stayed in this channel. We likely are going to find support right down here near this area, move a bit higher, rolling over into these lows, potentially reaching down into this 540, 541 area on Friday, and then rally back out of this into early July based on my cycle pattern. So we spread this out. Try to give you a better view of what's going on here. And again, this is my predictions based on my cycle patterns. The whole idea of this is to plan your trade efficiently. Remember, I warned you over here that we were going to come down. Okay, at the end of this week, right over here, the 18th, I started doing this. That was a Friday, and I started putting this together, showing you what to expect, indicating that we were going to potentially move down into this area. You can see I drew this line, this green line here. It's exactly where we hit that low. Okay, now I'm telling you that we're going to go up for maybe 2.5 days. Then we're going to roll sideways, roll back down by Friday, possibly retesting this area, maybe a bit lower. Then we're going to get an immediate turnaround off this low and start to climb up into new highs. So again, the cycle patterns have been, relatively accurate. My interpretation of them have been relatively accurate. Many days in advance. And we're going to see how this plays out. And obviously, the longer term I go, the further out in the future I try to predict based on these cycle patterns, the more likely there's going to be some error in my prediction. But so far, you can see here, the crush pattern after the holiday was non-existent. Now we've got Monday, Tuesday here. So this was actually Tuesday. And then this is Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. Now we're moving into the Wednesday day, which should be, if I'm correct, should be an upward day, moving higher. And what we're looking at here, guys, is, again, a good, solid follow through to the upside, up into this 549, 550 area. Then we're going to see a stalling, a rolling, a downward pattern, possibly down to 542, maybe 541, then an immediate reversal, and we're likely going to try to stay in this consolidated range that I drew here, moving higher. So I'll go back down to hourly, try to get this spread out enough to give you a fairly clear picture of what to expect. And there you go. So we have seen the downward trending. We have seen the start of the upward trending. Now we need to see this big follow through up here. Then we need to see topping back over in this area, very close to or near this area here. Kind of draw this, give you some reference. Comes right across my middle area right here. That's going to be our resistance area. Then we will roll down, likely back down into this 543, 544 to 541 area. So that's going to be a big dip. I don't know. This bar, this is Friday. It's a crush pattern. I expect it to try to at least touch this, pushing in a new low here, potentially a new recent low intraday at around 542.19, maybe. Ultimately, I think this support area at 543, 543 and a quarter is going to hold up. And then we're going to move into a rally phase. And like I said, this is going to be a moderate move. But then every day going forward, like I said, if I were to try to draw expectations, we'd be looking at maybe here and then maybe here. And then maybe here. And then drag this over a little bit. And I would suspect we're going to be up at 557 around this area. And this is going to be on the 8th of July. Okay, now we do have the holiday in here. Looks like July 2nd, 3rd, 5th. So they've skipped it. Good. So this is going to be after the 4th of July holiday. It looks like we get into really solid rally phase after the 4th of July. I'll try to draw this here with an arc. And really from this low up, we're getting a very solid rally phase to the upside. And I think that's going to be a great opportunity for traders down in this area, meaning once we get down in this 544, 542 area to potentially start loading up for what may become a very solid, and let's do the math, from roughly this area up to this area. You got a 2% to 2.75% rally phase taking place after this crush pattern sets up on Friday, the 28th of June. So remember that end of the month going into July, the first day of July, first trading day, this is where you're looking for your opportunity. I mean, really, folks, this is the whole idea of planning your trade is to try to look in this area as an opportunity. This is kind of your buy area. That is your buy zone. If you can get any type of opportunity down in this, and I'll drag it down just a little bit, but if you can get any type of opportunity down in this 543.50 or less level, that's this, the upper area of this box, or 544.50 or below, that's a really good opportunity, in my opinion, on Friday and or Monday to be able to, that's of this week, Friday of this week, Monday of next week, to be able to prepare for this good, solid rally phase. And I think it's just going to be, you know, build after the 4th of July, take off to the upside, and we'll see how we go from there. Remember, this is a continued series. I'll continue to do this for the next, I don't know how many days do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8 days. And we'll see how it plays out. But the purpose of this is to show you how knowing from using my SPY cycle patterns to gain an understanding of what is likely to come can provide very clear opportunities for you in the near future. You can bias your trading. You can plan your trading a bit more effectively. Like right now, we have a pretty good opportunity to the upside. Then we have a consolidation bar. Wouldn't want to really trade this bar. If I did, it'd be more of a weakening trend. Crush pattern, I think we're going to see a big downward day. So this would be a big opportunity to get into some shorts, looking for a reversal possibly near the end of the day, trying to rally back out of it. But this is where you set up for this next big 4 or 5 day swing to the upside. Maybe trying to buy dips, sell out, buy dips, sell out when you get decent, moderate upward moves. But the idea here is you've got a very good opportunity through these patterns moving higher. This is my expected close, then to here, then to here, then to here, and then up into here. So I'm mapping out the next 8 days for you to be able to see how it plays out. Now, obviously, I could be wrong or I could be right. But so far, I've mapped out 4 or 5 days for you, even though we didn't see the huge collapse here off the crush pattern, which could have happened. We ended up coming down into the range that I projected, moving downward just as I projected, moving upward just as I projected, and now we'll see what happens today. If today moves higher, we get a good solid rally today. Going to be hard here for people to argue that this doesn't work because literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, I've been kind of picking this market apart based on projections, and the price has pretty much followed my trending. Now the blue lines and the orange lines, now we'll see if price does it for the next 8 days. Okay, guys, remember, I'm trying to help you. The idea is to plan your trade and trade only when the markets are efficient. That's the point. All right, guys, good luck today.